Hi, David Paul here. I wanted to make a little video about this boat here which I've discovered on the canal. It's a tiny little cabin cruiser. I don't know the type of boat that it is, but it's really stripped out. It's obviously borderline scrap. It's probably been impounded by the Canal and River Trust and is off for disposal. But me being me, I can see its potential. So what could you use this boat for? Well, let's just pan back a bit. Well, the ideal thing about this boat is it's so small, and it's probably gonna be going for peanuts if you can buy it. And I'm gonna check this out. There's the number on the side, 526692, Canal and River Trust number. So it'll be registered, and I could maybe find out some information about it. But boy, if I got this boat, I would have to have it really cheap, because it's, you know, it's to the point where I'm doing them a favour to take it away pretty much. But what you can do with this is, you could actually fit it out as a single accommodation for one person. Somebody who's like coming to this country to do a bit of work periodically, and they could use it for that. And it's so small and light, you could probably stick it on a trailer and drag it around behind a vehicle. But I would take it out of the water when I'm not in this country. As you know, I'm in Portugal, and I'm in the UK, and I'm in the Philippines. But for me, this would be a terrific little home for whilst I'm here. Very easy to heat. You could insulate it like crazy, spend a bit of money on her, and she'd be very easy to heat. I mean, you could heat her with candles if you were prepared to really go crazy with the insulation. Candles or a paraffin heater or something like that. Not getting into anything serious like a wood-fired stove or anything like that. Or even if you did have a wood-fired stove, make sure that it was just a camp stove, that a stove that you would have for a tent. Because a lot of these boats, they have things which are far too big, and so it would just be over the top. You'll notice that the stern of the boat is probably very high there. That's because there's no engine in or anything like that, and it was, you know, it was obviously designed to take the weight of the engine, and then it would float level. So you'd have to trim her up somehow. I would do that by just taking on a lot of water storage. It's always handy, and use that as a ballast. And yeah, I think I would do it that way. So there you go, one perfect little boat to live in. These windows are far too large. If you want to live in a boat, you ideally want smaller windows, because people are just going to break in them or smash them like they've done with this thing. I would just block that up entirely, and I would fit portholes, a few strategically placed portholes, and I would glass fibre over that so that it would appear that there had never been windows in the first place. It's got a lot of curvy, old school kind of style to it, which is okay. It's fine. Very sort of Dutchified sort of look to her. Pointed bows on these kind of boats. I'm not a fan of pointed bows at all. I'm a fan of Lemster arcs. So the pointed bow to me doesn't serve any real purpose. You'd be better off with a rounded bow on there. But I mean, it is what it is. You know, the boat is what it is. And also, as I probably mentioned in previous videos, I really can't stand transoms. But it has a transom, and as I say, there it is again, you know, you're stuck with it. I would imagine this thing is so light you could probably pull her out on a ramp on a couple of wheels and just pull her out by hand and drag her around by hand if you had to. Certainly easy to maneuver in the canal. Wouldn't like to take her out to sea, not the right kind of boat. In fact, the Pageant is the thing for that job. And there's an argument to be made for like just having, say, a Pageant, taking down the mast and using that on the canals. So if this was going free, I'd think about it. And if it was for sale, boy, I'd have to get it cheap. Because I've only got 6 weeks left in the UK, and there's a lot of work to do on this boat. So there you go. Under consideration. Okay, adios, pa'alam, goodbye, and Jesus be with you.